I didn't know how to start this video because I feel like I have nothing to show for. I have fully embraced the kitchen utensils as microphones. I don't know why anybody bothers with microphones that are held on your clothes. This is clearly much better. So I'm having an issue. My issue being that the month of March started amazing because on March 2nd, I closed on the sale of my business, which also happens to be my first exit. And that was amazing. And then a variety of things happened in my life and just like in life in general, on top of, the client work that I also do, which is what pays the bills still. I was presented with an opportunity to take on a much larger role within one of the companies that I work for and was really excited about that prospect. So decided to go ahead and do that, which means that a lot of my time for the last couple weeks has been on that and not my researching business ideas to find. So yeah, I don't have much to show for. And that's slightly annoying because I was hoping these videos would kind of force me to keep the momentum up. And I've made a decision that directly contradicts what my number one goal for 2026 was 3 months in. The last month has been incredibly busy in a variety of good ways, but I have made exactly zero progress on the things that I wanted to be making progress on. I guess you could call that a problem. And I don't really see this as a slowing down. It's a quick sidestep that at worst will give me a significant amount of money to keep doing this for many more months, which is not a bad thing in itself. And I'm learning a ton and getting to work with really cool people right now. So I feel like that's worth something. And from like a career point of view, it's pretty satisfying. It was a hard decision to make, but also an easy decision to make, because, well, I was really excited about it. So that was kind of like, I think, all I needed to know. But it was hard because I knew that by doing that, I was putting other things on hold. And I have been still working on that. I just feel like I'm at this point where I'm blocked. My main blocker is that I have a significant amount of business ideas to validate now. And by significant, I mean more than 4. I've gotten to a point where the generation of the ideas and the vetting, like once I have my clear criterias, figuring out what those are was hard. Once I've had these, I've been able to kind of move forward things faster. And I've kind of made a name for myself enough now that people randomly will email me their business ideas, thanks to those YouTube videos somehow. Thank you if that's what you did. I've had enough business ideas now that I'm blocked by the validation part. And coincidentally, I've also realized that a significant problem that people in general are having is also validation. I was really interested by this idea of building a Shopify app a couple months back and spent a significant amount of time reading on Reddit different threads about people who are who are building Shopify apps. And the main 2 problems these people are having, or I mean, the majority of the posts I was finding were along the lines of, I built this Shopify app and no one is installing it, or people are installing it and no one's using it. And the reason for that being no one took the time to validate the things before they built it, because they are people who can build apps. And I've been trying to find ways to do quicker validation or doing it at scale rather than reading Reddits on end and having conversations. Not because I'm trying to find a workaround, but I'm trying to do more of that faster. In the month of March, I spent over 15 hours, and it's probably a lot more than that. I'm being generous here. Trying to figure out how to export or scrape Reddit at scale to be able to have signals and proof and measure sentiments on specific issues. I'm realizing now that a lot of the tools that exist don't really allow you to do that. Like some will export a variety of comments. A variety of tools at scale will let you or help you generate business ideas. And then, but that's not what I want to do. I don't want to find new ideas. I want to validate the ones I already have. And I found that a lot of those tools are basically just going to make up a bunch of stuff and come up with business ideas that one person had, or give you Reddit threads to validate an idea that don't actually say the thing that they were saying they're validating. So I have 4 ideas right now that I'm looking at that I'm quite interested slash excited about and feel blocked. The next logical steps would just be to do a lot more validation. And I'm conflicted because I don't have enough time to do what I should be doing in terms of velocity and how much validation I want to do for each of these. So my question is, can I figure out a way to solve my own problem, scratch my own itch, and build something that would help me do that more efficiently, that could eventually become the next business? Something that's become painfully clear is that I'm having issues validating business ideas, but a significant amount of people are also having issues validating business ideas. And maybe I'm onto something. And if that's not the solution, can I just figure out how to do this faster for myself? And just at least validate these ideas that I have. So yeah, either way, that's something I need to do. I just realistically know that this is a very tedious step, but also incredibly important. And I want to do it well. And I don't want to launch myself in these adventures if I'm not going to do things properly. The best validation is like, hitting the market. But if it involves building an app and whatever, I want to make sure that someone wants it first. And I need to figure out how to do that because I also don't know how to build apps. So that's, a slight tiny problem, which I could totally deal with, right? Anyway, yeah, short one today. Don't have much to show for. Hopefully next time you see my face, I will have more interesting things to talk about. My wife is in my kitchen looking out the window and laughing at me with my spatula.